This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in New Jersey. I am here with Walker's Realty. Since 2022, they've been providing a unique expert perspective on the northern New Jersey real estate market, while offering firsthand advice and guidance for buyers and sellers in the area. I am joined by Chris, who is the broker as well as owner. Thanks so much for joining us here today, Chris.
Hi, Gary. Thanks for having me.
Let's start off a little bit about yourself. Share with me a little bit of the experiences that you've had in the past and how this passion in real estate began for you.
Sure. I started off investing in my own properties about 15 years ago and handling, some of the real estate transactions there. Not like a real estate agent, but just lightly delved into it. And then from there, I got more and more interested in real estate as the time went on, and I got my real estate salesperson license about 7 years ago or so. And from there, I just started growing, and I said, you know what? Why don't I open up my own business, go to school a little bit longer, become a broker, and that's how that happened back in about a year ago.
Wow. So really over 15 years you've been increasing your knowledge of the real estate market. Why do you think real estate continues to be a preferred investment in most portfolios, and do you think it's still the American dream to own our home?
Oh, absolutely. So there are plenty of people renting out there, but it seems and I own a number of investment properties myself, and I constantly speak with my tenants, and for the majority of them, depending on their situation, of course, but their dream is to own their own house because you gain equity, and whether you sell it on your own for a profit or you pass it down to your children, it's a good investment. It does have its ups and downs over the years, as we've seen, but in the long term, you can't beat it. I mean, it hasn't failed me since, and anyone I've spoken with, my fellow investors and homeowners. I mean, it's a win-win all around.
Excellent. I mean, you were able to help anyone, be it buying or selling. I mean, from the first time home buyer to the seasoned investor. I mean, for first time home buyers, it's an exciting time, yet at the same time, it's kind of frustrating. Is the seller still in control right now of the market, would you say? Or are we seeing less and less of that?
Yeah, I'm seeing many of our home buyers. That's what we've been having to deal with, especially people who don't understand the market completely, that they've been, outbid over the past number of months here. They'll put in their offer, and even if it's a asking price or even above, there's 30 other people that they have that they're in competition with. So that's why we started our own. We offer something called a perfect home finder, and that kind of eliminates all of that. And basically, in a nutshell, is it we find out all of the details that this first time home buyer or seasoned home buyer wants in their home, and we go out, me and my marketing team, and find homeowners that haven't yet listed their property for sale, but they are willing to sell it. So now, once everything's all said and done, I present the home buyer with a list of these properties, just a handful that I've already previewed, and it's exactly what they're looking for. So that eliminates all this frustration
I'd like to
with.
probably talk more about that. I mean, quite honestly, regardless of the market being up or down, I mean, it can be tempting for sellers out there to go it on their own. I mean, why is the for sale by owner sign really not a wise move? And it's more important than ever to go with a professional.
For sure. I mean, everyone, the most natural thing is to want to try it yourself first. But in the end of the day, you're really not saving yourself any money. And the reality of it is, you may find a seller. I mean, I'm sorry, a buyer, but in the end of the day, you're not going to net as much for your home as if you had a professional and a professional marketing team putting it out to everyone.
I mean, the professional like yourself, you know the market, you're able to assist the seller and finding that right asking price. I mean, if either too low or too high, it's not going to give you the top dollar in the shortest amount of time. Why is targeted marketing really vital and really become your specialty in what your team does?
Oh yeah, that's really where we stand out from the crowd, and one of the reasons why we don't need to hide behind a trade name like you see on every for sale sign. You know, we're Walker's Realty. You've never heard of it, and because we want to stand out from the crowd. One of the reasons is, and one of the methods we use is this targeted marketing approach. So it's kind of, I always use a fishing comparison. So if you have this great piece of bait, meaning your property, your home, you don't want to throw it out there to anyone, yeah, or to any fish. You want to go for the biggest, the biggest fish in the pond, so to speak. So we have a really in-depth way of putting it in front of the most opportune buyer for that property. Which the most important thing is it nets you the most money for your home.
So, I mean, it's really not just about the most eyes on your property, but getting your listing in front of the right interested people who are highly motivated and absolutely want what you're offering.
Absolutely, because you want to put it in front of that person that is a perfect fit for the home that they're looking at. So if you market it to the most opportune person that wants to buy that home, of course they're going to fall in love with it immediately because it fits exactly what they're looking for, which helps the homeowner sell it for the most amount of money. Because if you're in love with the home, you're going to want to offer asking price, or in many cases above asking, if it fits all of your needs.
Right. I mean, not only is it unwise for the sellers to go it alone, but what about buyers who think they're seeing the cream of the crop in listings when they do a simple search online? I mean, how can a professional like yourself go beyond that simple search?
Absolutely, that's what we're really excelling with here. It's worked out for a number of our home buyers. They've been completely frustrated with all the competition and the leftover properties that they see on Zillow or the MLS that have thousands of eyes looking at them. So what we do is we go out and find pre-market or unlisted homes that aren't yet for sale, but the homeowners are looking to sell them. So the buyer lets me know exactly what they're looking for: area, price range, school district, any criteria you want, and myself and my team go out and find a handful of those homes, preview them first, and then go out and then bring the buyer there to see them. And if it's something that fits their needs, we work out all of the details, and it's really worked out for a number of our clients here.
So, really, prior to you going out and looking for something, you have to communicate with that person who's looking for a home. As a professional, how important is that communication with those folks? And do you really enjoy getting to know your clients?
Yeah, it's a pleasure because I see so many people again that are frustrated with what's going on with the market and afraid of the interest rates or the multiple bids on properties or not finding exactly what they need. So with what we have to offer, with uh, which is completely different from anything that normally they've been presented with, it is a really rewarding experience to put that client in their perfect home.
Not only important to you to communicate with your client, but I see you also communicate with folks who just find you on Facebook, social media. I've seen you've been able to utilize informative video to keep your followers in the loop. I mean, the market's ever changing. Do you try to keep the public informed as much as you can?
Yeah, we use both online and offline marketing techniques, whether it be putting our monthly newsletter in your mailbox, to email campaigns or Facebook or a number of different avenues we use. And it's you got to keep in contact with the public, whether it's my past clients or new clients, and we're just in it for the long run. So we present education to them and valuable information. And when they're ready to do business with us, we're here to help.
That is nice. And we try to educate folks on the show here as well. For homeowners out there who are thinking of selling, maybe they don't know how much they would walk away with. How can a net equity report help them to decide that? And is that something your team can help them with?
Yeah, one of the most important things is to find the right accurate value for your home. And if you can go on the internet now and type your address in to get a value on the internet from a computer generated program, and if you go to four different websites, you're gonna get four different values. So the best way to go about it is hire a professional that's experienced in the area to give you a value, an accurate value. And that's where we come in. It's a no cost, no obligation thing. We come in, tour your home, see any of the updates that you've done, give you some advice on how to get even more for your home, and tell you what it's worth.
And if a person out there decides they do want to list with you, I mean, your listings go far beyond the shotgun approach of the MLS and the typical syndicate that you see out there. You guys are using social media. You're able to really target the exact matches of buyers. I mean, we're talking about folks who may not mind paying even more than the asking price. By doing that, you're really putting extra thousands in people's pockets. Is that kind of exciting for people to see when they realize that these people are coming forward, really want what they're offering?
Yes, I've heard from many of my clients that they're like, "Wow, I thought a realtor just put it on the MLS and put a sign in the yard and hoped for the best." So when they see really how we shine and what we can do, it's a pleasure to see that what they've.
When a client is at the closing table, obviously exciting, they have the wow factor of maybe getting more than they anticipated, or maybe they're buying a home as the keys are handed over to the client. Are you honored that they have put their trust in you, and probably for the biggest investment that they're going to have in their life? Although real estate can be challenging, is it rewarding for you to help them finish and cross that line?
Yeah, I love seeing homeowners either net the most for their property or get into their dream home, and it's a long term thing for us. So we're not in it for the quick buck of the first sale. We love keeping in contact with them because the odds are if you buy a house, it may not be your long-term home, or it may be, but we build long-term relationships with our clients, and we're kind of in it for the long game, not just the short, quick, money making sale.
That is excellent. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, on the website, check out, you got a search engine right there to find your next dream home. If you're selling or buying, we're talking that's a large investment. You don't want to go with a cookie cutter, simply licensed commodity broker. You want a specialist, someone who will not just sell, but sell at the highest return for you and what you're offering. I mean, it's as simple as a free phone call. Check them out on social media where they keep you informed of the market, letting you know basically how they're targeting that specific area that maybe you're trying to get a home sold in as well. Once again, that is Walker's Realty, serving all of North New Jersey. Home is where your heart is. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.